Whotrek, the ultimate adventure one.
Chalger 5, the chase. The Contours, Picard.
All his nicknames sounded gay, so I'm just gonna call him Picard from now on.
Bones, Spunk, Uhura, W, and Questley were riding on the Rainbow Cat, and soon they flew into Tim Vortex and catched up with Master James Bond in the TARDIS. The Master was sitting in the Datarus, watching My Little Pony or something gay like that, because the Master is gay.
The only reason James Bond sexes so many women is because he doesn't want people to suspect him.
And that gives them some Tim to sneak into the Duartis and kill him. Unfortunately for them, just as they were about to break down the door of the TARDIS, the episode finished and James Bond turned around and saw them. 111. No! Shouted Fifth Doctors before the Third Doctor pulled a lightsaber out of his pants. He also ripped off his shit, which would have been really sexy if he wasn't like 1,000 grey-haired, wrinkly old geezer. This ends Toady, Master, said John Pertwee.
Indeed it does.
Said James Bond.
For you, that is.
And then he pulled out the bazooka and shooted to Doctors, and Bonds and Spock and Uhura and Q Picard with it. But as the smoke cleared, they were all still alive because Wesley had sacrificed himself to save them!
Wesley, your sacrifice will not be in vain.
Picard cried.
Spock, help me fight the Master. Okay.
Spock logicked, and then Spoke and Pocard used the fusion dance to turn into Spockard. But because Spock is a sexy young man, and Picard was a gross old dude, all they did was turn into a gross young man. And they weren't really any stronger because of it, so that didn't do them much good. Meanwhile, Doctor Who, the Third, and James Bond were having a lightsaber duel, and James Bond was winning! James Bond kicked Doctor Who the Third out into Tim Vortex, and he did, and turned into the Fourth Doctor. Hooray! The Fourth Doctoress Abbott cheered Q because he told Tom Baker was the second sexiest man in the universe after Picard, who was now not very sexy anymore because he had fusioned with Spock. Tom Bombadil took off his massive scar and said,
Haha, my scar is actually a sword!
And then he used his scarf's warrior to stab James Bond in the brain, and James Bond did, and the Skyfall song started playing.
We have won!
Cheered Bill Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, Tom the Baker, Pete Davidson ×2, Sylvester McCoy, who was Bones' brother ×2, Paul McGann, Chris Exton, Dave Tennant, Matt Smith, Picard, Bones, Spock, Uhura, Q, and Ross Tyler together, but then they pushed Rose off the TARDIS because she sucks. And they turned the TARDIS around and flew it from the Tim Spack wall, and all was well. But then James Bond's corpse regenerated again into Wesley! 1 septillion, 111 sextillion, 111 quintillion, 111 quadrillion, 111 trillion, 111 billion, 111 million!